All right. How's it going, folks? It's Barry here. Hope you are well. Welcome to my virgin kitchen. Today we are making another homemade Chinese takeaway kind of dish. This is crispy beef. Heavily requested recipe, this one. And just like pretty much every recipe in the world, as I discover in YouTube comments and in life in general, there are many opinions, many ways and methods of doing it. This is just one way that I'm thinking of, where we have 2 pans to try and keep it kind of easy. So we're not like mucking around with hot oil and all that sort of stuff. It does involve a teeny bit of prep, but once you've done that, it's fine. It's really just gonna come together in an absolute Speedy Gonzales flash. So I'm gonna summarize the prep I'm gonna do. We'll get it done and it'll be done as quick as a flash. So effectively, you're gonna have 2 pans. Wok and roll, saucepan. So the saucepan is where we get that sort of crispy beef. No, it's not. It's the frying, it's the wok. Let's do that again. So the wok is where we're gonna make the crispy beef, the main oomph of where you come from, but the actual saucepan is gonna make a really nice, kind of zingy, sweet sauce, which we coat it in. And you can mix this up any way you want. I'm gonna serve mine with some rice noodles, put it with some rice, just have it on its own. Just eat crispy beef. If I haven't inspired you to give this a go at the end of the video, check out the full write-up, ingredients, all that stuff typed up by these very hands. But enough of that, let me show you what we got. All right, so first of all, the beef. I've gone for a thin cut sirloin steak. I can cut it thin, but it's actually thin in thickness as well, or you could just whack it with one of your pans. You can use a flank steak, you can use other different variations of steak, like a casserole steak, but obviously all they vary in quality. And I was mulling over trying to do a poor man's version of this with beef mince, making it into like twiggy sticks things and freezing it and then frying it. I don't know, if that fails, you guys will slaughter me for that. For the steak, all that's gonna do is get mixed with corn flour and a little bit of spice, which is actually optional. By flash frying the beef in the corn flour, which does cling to anything, but we've got a little tip with that in a minute, it's gonna give you that real nice crispy effect in just a couple of minutes. All right, so all of these ingredients are gonna go in our big old pan. The pan, one man, one pan. Sorry. We've got white wine vinegar, because I don't have any rice wine vinegar. It's just to get that bit of tang, all right? Toasted sesame oil, just for a bit of flavouring. Vegetable oil for frying. A green pepper, because that's optional. Whenever I've had a takeaway, I've always had crispy beef, and it comes with a big green pepper chunk, so yeah. Soy sauce and spring onions, aka scallions. Already figured that out. Brown sugar, garlic, ginger, sesame seeds, and the juice of half an orange. That is it. Seems like a lot. We just got to prep it a bit. So we'll jump to that. Whilst I do my prep, remember that we've already made on this playlist homemade prawn toast and also homemade egg fried rice, which was deliciously good. Chloe gave it her seal of approval. Thanks. All right, we're just about ready to go. The only thing I haven't done is sliced up my steak, which I'll show you now. I found a chili in the fridge, so I figured I'd just chuck that in and de-seed it, slice it into little strips. But as it's gonna take quite a while for the oil that we're frying in to get hot, I'm just gonna start that going, but for now, let's slice our beef. So I'm gonna actually halve mine. So I've got 2 strips like this, okay? Depends if you want them like to be really big pieces or not. But all I'll do is just cut little pieces, just like that. I'm gonna put some more flavor into the beef with some Chinese 5 mix spice that you can get in most supermarkets. So I'm just gonna give it a light sprinkling, not too much, and then just sort of work it in. Oh, that smells stonking. As we know, the corn flour is the thing that's gonna make it crispy. What happens is when you first put a strip of this beef in the corn flour, you think it clings to it, and then after a while, the moisture in the beef will actually start to absorb that a little bit. So I'm just gonna do an initial dunk with my bits like this. You can do loads at a time if you want, but I'm just doing a little bit at a time just in case I don't lose them. I'll be like, ah. So I've done all of them, and you can see how it's starting to show a little bit of the meat again. So give it like 5 minutes just for it to kind of absorb and dunk it again. That wasn't 5 minutes, but you get the idea. Hopefully you'll have a couple of offcuts of the steak, which you can use. Once the oil is hot enough, you can just drop a little piece in. If it sizzles straight away, that's what we want, so it will get that crispiness for us. If it's not hot enough, it will just kind of like absorb the corn flour, or the corn flour will just take all the oil in. It'll be like eating an oil slick. Yeah. But whilst it is still warming up, we can actually start to soften up our peppers, spring onions, and actually the chili now, which we added. So we'll do that. All right. So into this pan goes a little drizzle of vegetable oil. That's 1 spring onion chopped up, my chunks of green pepper, and the chilli, which is now new to the party. And I got a little bit of pepper down there, whoops. So we're not gonna char this in any way, we're just gonna soften it and kind of sweat it out, like I am in the kitchen with this heat wave right now. All right, folks, I've just turned the flame off from underneath, but there's still a little bit of heat in the pan. The main thing is to keep it moving. It's nice and softened now. I say it's only been 5 minutes, so that's good. We can just leave it here in the pan to cool before making the sauce in there with it all. So this is actually a better angle of how like the corn flour has been absorbed into the meat. Look at that. So another dunk. Get it as white as Santa Claus's beard. Yep, that is much better. So I've moved the wok here so it's easier to get to, and this is nice and cooled down now. No more sizzling, that's all good. It's going to be there just for a little bit. We're going to test if this oil is hot enough now. It certainly feels it, but it's deceptive. It might not be that way, so we might have to wait a little longer. And just to one side here, I've got a plate with some kitchen towel just to absorb the fat once we're done. Okay, let's try it. Yep, that's ready. Look how quick that cooked that beef. So I'm going to lower it in batches, and it might get noisy. There we go. So I'm trying to not move it that often. Some people actually fry it for like a minute and then let it rest and then fry it again for extra crispiness, but I just want to do it this way. But you can see that not much of that corn flour has come off and sort of spread around the pan. It's hit that oil and it's got it cooking almost immediately. That has been 3 minutes. I'm going to drain that off. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. There's our last 2 bits coming out. Boom. I'll just leave that and then put your oil somewhere safe to cool down and don't go anywhere near it. All right, so back to this cooled pan. In goes some sesame oil, primarily for that amazing flavor that we got in the egg fried rice. This is some soy sauce. It's actually light soy sauce, so it's got less sodium in it. I was actually mulling over doing homemade soy sauce, but the bottle was like 50p in the supermarket, so I don't see a point in that. The juice of half an orange, vinegar, a little shimmy of sesame seeds, about a tablespoon. This is some brown sugar. So back on the heat again, and first of all, just stir it all together so that sugar breaks down and all the other ingredients mingle and kind of making like a thickened sauce. It won't take long at all. I totally forgot to add in my garlic. my bowl of corn flour sat on top of it, and the ginger. There you go. So that's in there. Make sure you get it in, guys. It's a lot easier when you're not filming a recipe, honest. And of course, this is completely customizable. You can add some more vinegar, orange, soy, whatever you want. Just have a little taste if you want. Tweak it to your liking. Okay, hopefully you can see this is bubbled up lovely now. It's only slightly thickened, and that is fine. I'm going to tip in the chili beef, just using the kitchen towel. Put that right in there. So with that in there, you can see that's really thickened up now and sort of clinging to it as well. Absolutely gorgeous. You want to kind of serve this almost immediately, so we can take it off the heat now. Serve it with the egg fried rice that I made in the previous video, or I've got some rice noodles today. So here we go then. Just gonna place down, oh my gosh. I hope that looks as good on the camera as it does right here in person. And just another little sprinkle of sesame seeds on top, just to finish off. How easy was that? Awesome. Oh, sticky as well. Oh, the crunch. Wow, that is amazing. That has blown my mind. Remember, if you're vegetarian, you could probably do it with tofu or something like that if you want. Thanks for watching. Send me a picture if you try this recipe, and check out the other 2 recipes already on this playlist. And of course, let me know down below what you want to see next. I'm gonna gobble all that up. Bye.